What's up, guys? It is your Fit Doc, aka Christian Simone, and I'm back with your weekly dose of medicine. Today, I'm going to be going over my interview with Howard University College of Medicine. Disclaimer: I'm not going to be talking about what I went through, what the interview consisted of, just because it's not fair to the other applicants to have like a one up on something that I didn't have or any of the other applicants that have applied with me. So I'm really just going to be going over how I felt about the experience. And I'm going to be going over my experience with Howard from start to beginning. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So I interviewed with Howard University today. It is November 9th, currently, 2021. And last year I actually applied to Howard. I applied in June last year. I believe it was like June or July. It was I think July I finished the supplemental application. And I never heard back. When I tell y'all, Howard left me on red. They left me on red. Like, I was just like confused. I was looking at their stats and I really lined up with their stats when it came to numbers, GPA, MCAT. And I'll know that that's not the determining factor of whether you're going to get in somewhere or not, but it is a good, it does serve as a good guide to see where you stand with the school. Now, don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of schools that I've applied to that are not really near my MCAT range, but it's still worth a shot, and you can still bring other things to the table, especially if you're looking for well-rounded candidates. So, with that being said, I felt pretty confident last year that I was going to at least get an interview at Howard just because I'm a well-rounded applicant and my stats matched, if not exceeded, their averages, right? Didn't hear back from them at all. I spoke with my mentor, which I didn't have a mentor last year, so I'm going to make a video about the things that I did that changed my application that made me get interviews as opposed to last year. Last year, I only got one interview. This year, it's November, and I've already had 4. So I'm definitely going to make a video on the things that have helped me stand out. I believe it'll really help you guys, and I'm so grateful for just my journey. I'm grateful that I took a year off to reapply and just get better in a bunch of different things I needed. That's clinically and just life in general. I'm glad that I've acquired certain skills that I wouldn't have acquired if I had went and rushed into school. So anyways, I'm not going to rant with you, but my point is I spoke with my mentor about it last year about how I didn't get in or didn't even get an interview, and she told me that Howard left her on red as well. And I've heard that through other people as well. So not knocking any school or anything, but I would just keep my options open when it comes to really any school. But I guess just because you may exceed the averages and you may feel like you're a good applicant, I would just, weigh your options when it comes to these schools, including Howard. Again, it's not knocking the school, but I will say that there's a difference between, me not even getting looked at last year. And I wrote a letter of intent. Whenever I got new volunteer opportunities, I made sure to email them and update them. I stayed in contact with them, and they left me on red. And they sent me a declination, I believe in June or July. It may have been like in August. Maybe it wasn't that far. It was like July, I think, when they declined me, and I was like, really? Obviously. So anyways, the interview went very well. I really like interacting with other colleagues and other medical school applicants, and I love to see Black medical school applicants. It really makes me just feel so much more open. If anyone just wants to hear me rant, I'm just gonna, rant just a little bit. But coming up, growing up, I lived in an affluent area. I mean, I still do, but I was around a lot of, my counterparts, and although I grew into being comfortable with myself, I wasn't always comfortable with myself. I didn't fit in the beginning. I wasn't confident. I was scared to be vocal like I am now. I just felt like I was different, and I didn't want to really stand out any more than I already did. I definitely don't blame my parents because they were just trying to put me in the best situation possible, and this was just the area we were in, so we didn't really have much of a choice. But I wish that throughout my experiences. Although I have grown accustomed to being the minority and being the only black girl in the class, I think that's going to help me in the future because we make up 2% of the physicians in the United States. So I think I'm built for that, which I'm glad that I have that different perspective. But just growing up, I do wish that I had that diversity. I wish that I had that camaraderie just between like people that look like me. But one thing that I can say about my undergraduate experience is that I did meet lifelong friends that look like me, and I'm not biased towards minorities, but if you're not a minority, it's just hard to understand when you're like on the outside all the time, or you feel that you are just different all the time. It really helps to have someone that's in your corner that does look like you and that does support you and that has been where you're trying to go. So with that being said, I do appreciate my undergraduate experience because it was more diverse, which allowed me to just experience all types of cultures. That's Muslim, that's blacks, whites, Indian, everything. And I could really appreciate that. But I definitely spoke on that and elaborated that at Howard and during the Howard interview, and that's part of the reasons why I've applied to Howard, which I'm sure that's a lot of people's reasons, along with other reasons that I stated in my interview that I'm not going to tell you now. I think it's good for you to do the research on the school, but I am looking forward to just hearing back from these schools. I will say so far it's been interview number 4, and I don't have any scheduled for right now. And yeah, I'm very excited. I think the waiting game after getting an interview is even worse than like waiting to get interviews in general, because when you think about how many people they've interviewed out of a certain amount of applicants, so Howard has 8,000 applicants, right? And they're only looking to interview about 300 or 400 applicants. So to make it through that cut, that's excellent. You know, that's less than 5% of the people that have applied that got an interview, right? But then you think about the people that they're accepting, and that's like even less than that. And that can just seem like horrifying and nerve-wracking. So I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying to just stay proactive and keeping you guys updated in what's going on. I'm so excited though. I feel really good about this cycle, and I really cannot wait to tell you guys what I've done to help just enhance my application. A lot of times it's not really what you need to do extra. It's really about how you are portraying yourself in the best light possible that's going to attract other physicians to you. So I really can't wait to speak on that, but I really just wanted to come on here and talk about my interview and just how I felt and just my history with Howard University. Truly grateful for the experience, and thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I like to keep this stuff short and sweet. Hopefully we'll be able to come up with a medical school reveal soon. But I'm not going to say any more than that. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.